Hi, I'm Petrucci, Marketing Lead at Geopogo. Today I'm here with Rotimi Seriki of HOK Architects, as well as Dave Alpert and Mike Hoppe of Geopogo. In today's special presentation, we chat about the future of technology and architecture.
I'm Rotimi Seriki, as you heard before. I've been with HOK for the past 6 years. I manage the visualization department, and I'm in charge of managing technology when it comes to architecture. And the future of technology is always changing. So in today's discussion, you're going to hear different opinions about what's happening and how the future of AR, VR, going to be a really interesting conversation. So sit back, relax, and watch.
Hello everyone, my name is Michael Hoppe. I'm the creative director here at Geopogo, and like Rotimi said, we're going to be discussing AR, VR, real-time, all new technologies for architectural presentations and how we can further bring our clients through the presentation experience.
Hi, I'm Dave Alpert, FAIA. As a practicing architect, I worked on landmark projects for SOM, Densler, and other firms. Now I have founded Geopogo to bring more clarity to design and construction.
So, what challenges in design and construction do you think can be solved by integrating game engines and AR into our work, and why?
Challenges in terms of introducing game engines into architecture. Of course, these are new technologies, and they've been around for a really long time in other industries. The gaming industry, they've been using it for a while, and they understand the workflow. But as architects and designers, we're used to working differently. And technology is something that we're always adopting, and we try to bring it into our workflow. But because this is all new, we're still learning about it, and it's very challenging for us. Like any new technology that comes into architecture, it takes a while to adopt, because you have people who have been doing it for a really long time, and they understand the old ways, but they're a little reluctant to adopt the new ways. But as soon as you bring the technology and they start to see the benefits, the challenge there is trying to get people to adopt the technologies and not be afraid because of the differences in the workflow when it comes to the old ways of doing things and the new technology, which is bringing us into the future. And it's a challenge for everyone, but in the long run, it's beneficial because the process is much faster. Iteration of design is way better. You get results quicker, and it fosters collaboration, which I'm sure Mike and Dave are going to talk about during this discussion.
Interactive software, not only what we're building, but you have a lot of choices between Unreal Engine, Unity Engine, and then Enscape, Lumion, Twinmotion. It's all new technologies that you're really seeing the new generation pick up on. And we have a new generation of designers coming in from college and university right now who are really going to further drive the adoption of new presentation tools. So like you said, you have older firms where, to them, presenting on floor plans is sufficient. Whereas for our generation, we really want to immerse the client in as much detail of what our vision is as possible, so there's no surprises. And you guys have done really great VR presentations.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken a long time to get there. Early stages of adoption was very tough. Transitioning from the old ways to doing things in Unreal and having good results. It definitely took a while, but like any technology, like I said before, it's just being persistent and saying, okay, this is the new way, and we're gonna move forward. The future is now.
Exactly. And I identify that as one of the problems, like one of the difficulties into getting into the game engines, whether it's Unity or Unreal, is the amount of learning that you went through. For one, first understanding how to use the engine, understanding its user interface, and then the appropriate workflow between getting your Revit model prepared. If you're working in Revit or 3ds Max or Maya, UV mapping it, texture mapping it, bringing it into the engine, understanding how to set your scene up, understanding how to build lighting, understanding how to tweak the engine settings, and then you had to build your cameras. So I'm sure you built an orbit camera, first person camera.
Of course, all of that. Yeah.
Your
And
sky.
oh yeah, and all of those are challenges for sure, and it stopped a lot of people from adopting the technology early on. As a company has put a lot of money and effort into evangelizing the technology and letting people know about it. So, I think the future is happening faster and faster than we think it is going to. So adopting this technology is getting easier and easier every day. So the challenges are still there, but slowly they're being eroded.
Okay, so now we're on to the demo. We will be showing you how to take your Revit model and how to export it into augmented reality using the Geopogo AR app. And you'll see here is a live demo that's going from on site. You can see on my phone I have this Revit model here, and let's begin. Okay, so in this demo I'm going to show you how to prep your Revit model and export it to the Geopogo platform. So in Revit, you can import models of any size and any type. You can import residential projects, commercial projects, and projects that are as small as this tiny home and projects that are as large as multi-story buildings and skyscrapers can all come into the Geopogo platform and go into the AR app for use. So there's some very, very exciting stuff here. So to begin, you just want to make sure that your model is staged and everything is ready and perfect. You may want to spend some time to take a look at furniture, at the details you've put in, and you may want to take a look at the materials that you have attributed to the model. You can also do things like turn off and hide elements that you don't want to see. Pretty much anything that really makes sure that you are telling the story of the design that you want. Okay, next we've now imported the Revit model into the Geopogo desktop platform. So once in the platform, we can get started staging the model. The platform is incredibly easy to use, and you'll see here in a minute how we start applying materials and touching everything up for telling the story of how we want our building to look. So you see here we have a whole number of materials from wood finishes, metal finishes, concrete, and we can also touch up elements here like the lighting. There we go, and we're going to go inside and we're going to touch up the floor, touch up the coffee table, and we're going to do this fairly quickly. So a designer that comes in can export the Revit model directly as is, or if they want to spend a few minutes just to make all the right details perfect, they can do that as well. And that's what we're doing here. So we're just moving on to the kitchen. It's going to fix up all those elements here. And we can even add lighting. Everything we need to really bring the space to life. There we go. And we'll put one here in the kitchen as well. Now, Geopogo also works great as a visualization engine. So just like we spoke about the game engines, Geopogo is built on the Unity game engine. And what we've done is we've automated that engine for BIM teams to come in and start using all the great benefits and features that those engines employ. Of course, without having to spend any time learning how to use them. You can also add very nice details like landscaping elements, trees, everything that you need to tell that story. And finally, once complete, we now export the model to the app. And so I just quickly give it a name. I post it publicly so that anybody who has the Geopogo AR app can all open it. And it's complete. And let's go check this model out. Okay, so here we are on site. I'm using the Geopogo AR app, and you can see here the building model is now placed on the property. And I can move it, I can rotate the model around, and I can also walk up to the model and begin to explore it. So let's take a look at that. Okay, and here we are. We're seeing the recorded capture on the phone itself. So I'm holding it, and I'm now walking up to the property, and we can go up to it, we can go inside, and we can explore all the details of this Revit model. All right, I encourage everyone to try it out for themselves. Enjoy.
Dave, what challenges in design and construction do you think can be solved by integrating game engines and AR into our work, and why?
It gives us another way of looking at the work that we've been doing for years and approaching it in another way with new tools. So what game engines give you is they give you the benefits of ease of use and ease of communication, because that's what they were designed for. And we're just taking advantage of something that was engineered for the entertainment industry. So there's no reason why we shouldn't reach outside of our industry to bring in an innovation from another industry. Then when you talk about augmented reality is like a miracle for design and construction, because first we had virtual reality. Virtual reality allows you to go someplace else and experience it when that place doesn't yet exist, but it doesn't include the existing conditions, which for me as a designer, were always all important. What is this office space that I'm renovating? How is my design fitting into it? Where are the columns? Where are the windows? What are the heights? What are the things to avoid? And what's there that I want to retain? So you see that, and you can communicate all of that, and that's worth everything.
I've been at HOK for a while, and based on my research and things that I've done and my observation, what I see more and more is the adoption of, things like AR, VR, and even mixed reality. The use of technology today in architecture is changing because all of mobile devices and accessibility to faster compute power is driving architecture into a future where we're no longer going to be reliant on pencil and paper and sketching all the time, because especially due to what we're experiencing right now, COVID-19 and being sheltered in place, people have adopted newer ways of working. We can no longer collaborate by sketching something on paper. How are you going to pass it on to your team? When it's close to you, you can't work in close proximity.
Right now, I see the architecture profession is only touching a very small fraction of projects. And the state of our building design, typically, and the state of our city's design, typically, reflects the fact that architects aren't involved in most of it. So I think it calls for the profession to adopt every way it can to be more efficient and to actually reach more people with its services. And so I just see the architecture profession growing more and more and thriving, but it's going to be growing because it's making an effort to reach all people, just in the same way that medicine serves all people. Once you see your proposed design in conjunction with the existing conditions, that gives you all kinds of other ideas. And it allows you to design in real time. And it allows you to communicate with no ambiguities exactly what the design is. You can see exactly what the view is out of every window. And you don't have to recreate that existing condition. That's what we've always needed